India's Genetic Engineering Approval Committee allowed BT into India in 2002 for one simple reason. India dedicated more land to cotton production than any other country in the world, but we got some of the lowest yields. BT cotton solved the riddle that had plagued Indian cotton farmers for generations: pests. Indian cotton crops are especially susceptible to bollworms, so surprised that our seeds were received with much fanfare, and we did an excellent job of capitalizing on this excitement. We enlisted Bollywood personalities and high-ranking public officials to tout BT, and there was a palpable excitement in the air, with posters and advertisements up in every village in India's cotton-growing regions. We put together a highly motivated sales force that hit the ground running. When BT was introduced, sales skyrocketed, and along with them, the expectation that a magic seed had come along, one that would usher India's poor cotton farmers into prosperity. Our salesmen promoted that very picture. With their salary highly dependent on sales, they were encouraged to promote BT as a cure-all, end-all, but there was little incentive to see to it that farmers realized the returns that were promised them. The outcome? Many farmers with unrealistic expectations that came crashing down. Because although BT does offer great returns, it was not the magic seed it was portrayed to be. Monsanto chose the easy route, to sell farmers a dream. But for many, that dream became a nightmare, because farmers weren't trained on the precise pesticide, fertilizer, and water inputs necessary to maximize our seed yields. So crops came up short, debts ballooned, and farmer suicides increased. As a result, in 2005, Monsanto was banned from making sales in Vidarbha's neighboring state of Andhra Pradesh. After an especially poor harvest, Monsanto was accused of exaggerating crop yields and was ordered to pay a $9 million compensation to local farmers. Now, the ban was overturned, but the game of tug-of-war had begun, because the following year, the state government of Andhra Pradesh filed a contempt petition against Monsanto with the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Commission for refusing to lower cottonseed prices. Monsanto was accused in the courts of manipulating Indian cotton farmers. Fortunately, Monsanto was able to overturn the allegations and get on with business, but still, a threatening legal precedent has been set and the accusations linger. We'd like to point out that business ethics often begins where the law ends. So, how is it that Monsanto was ever accused of manipulating Indian cotton farmers? Well, we did such a great job of penetrating the market, but lost sight of marketing's main focus, to create value for our customers. By not ensuring that farmers grew BT to the best of their ability, Monsanto became a scapegoat and moved into an ethical gray area. Reports show that Indian cotton farmers voiced a need for experts in each village to help them manage these cotton inputs of fertilizer, pesticide, and irrigation. But educating farmers on proper growing techniques is especially challenging in places like Vidarbha, where 70% of the population is illiterate. But that's what Monsanto has to strive for. The courts absolved Monsanto of any wrongdoing, but we should not equate legality with morality, because Monsanto is a far-reaching multinational, and on the other side stand third-world farmers, many of whom were misled by our salesmen. So to move out of this ethical gray area, Monsanto must do better than the forces in control, go beyond what is required by law, and make a special commitment to our most vulnerable clients. As is, Monsanto is walking a fine line. Local government relations have soured, and our reputation has taken a hit. As the number of farmer suicides increased, many started attributing these deaths to Monsanto. Activist groups organized demonstrations, and angry farmers protested. And there are even organizations in India, such as the People's Protest Forum, whose main objective is to see to it that Monsanto is driven from the country. Unfortunately, in today's India, farmers get the short end of the stick. All too often, government policies hurt more than they help. And ironically, the farmer's only recourse is at the polls. India is the world's largest democracy, and arguably its most dysfunctional and unpredictable. It's made up of hundreds of regional parties, each with their own populist slogans and hopes of gaining power. And herein lies the danger to Monsanto. Opportunistic politicians can be counted on to pander to farmers' hardships. Governments have already pointed the finger in our direction, and we don't want to continuously finding ourselves shuffling between the different levels of India's arcane legal system. As Morgan said earlier, India is changing the face of the world. It's crucial to Monsanto's future that we succeed in India. We must devote our time and energy into growing our business in India, not into resolving disputes in the courts. Practicing good business ethics will allow us to do just that. Now, Mark Polidorus will talk more about why taking a more active role in India is the best decision for Monsanto.
Thanks, Dave.